So hi everyone. We have, I think, 5 people right now. Maybe you can drop in like a hi in the chat box. Okay, hi Chandrasekhar Dikshit. Uh, Hi Karthik. Hi Pranav. Hi Devi. Hi Arpit. English ka, like I feel like verbal ability and English are very very different. तो अगर आपकी इंग्लिश भी अच्छी नहीं है तो आप वर्बल के लिए तो प्रिपेयर ही कर सकते हो, थोड़ा अलग प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हो. लाइक देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल जिनकी इंग्लिश नेचुरली अच्छी होती है, सो दे कैन डायरेक्टली जंप ऑन टू रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन वगैरह एंड स्टार्ट ऑफ विद दैट ओनली. बट in your case maybe you can do more of like fundamental concepts pehle and then move on to uh, doing reading comprehensions, parajumbles वगैरह. So Sambhav Dayal is saying, hi Nikhil, hi Kalika, hi Sambhav. So you're saying, is it good to drop 2 years and give IPMAT? We have people that have dropped for 2 years. I personally am not a believer. I mean, I personally don't endorse the idea of taking a full drop. And that's my personal opinion. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि मतलब आप आपके करियर का या आपके सैलरी मेकिंग के 1-2 साल छोड़ रहे हो. So the opportunity cost according to me is very high, but it's your call. So Sridevi is asking, I want to know the syllabus and the weightage, ma'am. So syllabus, they've not specifically told us topics and all, but we at UniVoyage we've kind of created like some subtopics of every particular main topic. तो वेटेज वाइज मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि कुछ सब्जेक्ट्स ज़्यादा important है, जैसे like you'll see number system. They've been asking that a lot in the past. You see matrices determinants, तो उसके काफ़ी questions आते हैं, which makes sense because determinants is also something that is coming up in our term 2 and term 3 of the actual IPM curriculum. So it makes sense for them to test you on that. Probability के 2-3 questions आ जाते हैं. There is always one set theory का question that you can solve through like a Venn diagram. And there's one usually होता है एक CISI पे, फिर एक data set दे देते हैं end में. So these are a couple of things that do keep coming up. Shafkat is saying, can we start preparation from 11th? Yeah, you definitely can. In fact, if you start from 11th, then you have the privilege of doing some things in detail, some things aram se, as opposed to having a very fast-paced schedule that the 12th graders would be having along with focusing on their board exams. Rekha is saying, comprehending करने में दिक्कत होती है, मैम. तो क्या कॉम्प्रिहेंडिंग करने में दिक्कत होती है? Tanay, hi ma'am, do you study in IIM Indore or are you faculty? I am studying in IIM Indore right now. And for UniVoyage also, we have dedicated faculty that have been teaching for like a few years, who take up the classes and who have been teaching. I personally don't teach. I'm just here to help people in the preparation aspect, because I feel like that was something that we learned a lot while preparing, like ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए, which is why we started this whole thing. Timetable for dropper. Oh, by the way, we are coming up with a planner of sorts for you guys. तो वो planner पे हम video वगैरह बनाएंगे, where we'll explain in detail ये concept कब करना है, कितना time देना है, and we'll make it customizable so you can access it and you can make changes. Let me know if there is any particular thing that you want that should be included in that. How to prepare for IPMAT as a timetable? So either you can, what you can do is you can make one on Google Sheet, or I don't know if you all are aware, Notion karke, there are a lot of productivity tools also. I personally use Notion for my work handling. And there are a lot of other tools that you can use online जो आपको help करेंगे. There's also this online website called Sketchnote. उस पे also you can manage your timetable and all. I would just say that keep it as simple as possible. Like, if you're doing it on a Google Sheet or if you're using Google Calendar, where you can block time blocks for fulfilling that particular requirement, then that is also fine. Kalika is saying I live in China and will be back next year for IPMAT. But since I'm doing IB, my exams will end in mid-May, and since there is no commerce as a subject here, I took PCM, but I don't know how to prepare for IPMAT. So, Kalika, पहले तो there is no such criteria कि 11th-12th में ये particular stream ही होना चाहिए या this particular stream is going to help you. So you don't need to worry about that part. I would just say that time your return appropriately, that you can uh, sit here for the exam. It's not like you miss it. As far as how to prepare for it, if you are, there are two options. Either you decide to prepare on your own or you take someone's help. If you're deciding to prepare on your own, then there are some books that are there in the market. They're good standard books. They would be missing out on one or two things. Like we have a book, we have a video on books that you can refer to for IPMAT preparation. I personally always recommend Arun Sharma because I feel like it will come handy even for your CAT prep. But the thing is that अरुण शर्मा में काफी कुछ IPMAT का मिस हो जाता है, तो वो ध्यान रख के कर लेना. And if you're going for an organized preparation, then I would suggest that you take up our demo course. You see if that is something that works for you. You can even reach out to us personally, and we can guide you. Like we can sit properly and guide you as to how to go about it. Because we're providing online video lectures. We're also providing live classes. We have like a mentorship program. You can, like, we're doing this live, right? But you can book a session and sit personally with any IPMAT mentor and discuss your problems with them. And apart from this, obviously, you'll get books delivered to your house. So yeah. And I was saying, like, should one do JEE mains level of quants for IPMAT Indore, or only a basic command over modern maths, algebra, and number system one can crack? We don't know what they're going to ask, right? So I would suggest that if you can do slightly higher level, if it's possible for you, then go ahead and do it. At least in some areas, they have in the past asked JEE level questions, like determinants, probability, but it's not like that difficult. I mean, you can't compare both the exams. So somehow saying last time I didn't qualify in verbal, what can I do for that? Somehow I would suggest that you take a lot of verbal sectionals, analyze where you're losing out in verbal. Like, are you losing out in the reading comprehension part? Are you losing out in the parajumbles part, in the fill in the blanks? Analyze your paper also where you were not able to clear the cutoff, and then accordingly put in your efforts. मतलब अगर रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन वीक है तो उसमें ज़्यादा टाइम डालो, पैराजम्बल्स वीक है तो उसमें ज़्यादा टाइम डालो. वैसे थोड़ा स्ट्रैटेजाइज करके सॉल्व. जस्ट डोंट सिट ब्लाइंडली एंड solve whatever material that you have. If it's not relevant for the exam, there is no point of you doing it. So, Pranshu Prakash is saying next year in March I will be 20. Will I be eligible for IPMAT 23? Pranshu, you should, but I'm not sure. I would suggest that you एक बार go to the website and check the eligibility criteria over there. Then I books for IPMAT. I think I already covered this, but एक बार you can go. We have a video, extensive video on all the books that are available that would be relevant for IPMAT. Akhilesh Patro, how to study for grammar and improve it. Hi Akhilesh. How to study for grammar, मैं बोलूँगी कि grammar में बहुत books है. Brennan Martin है. There's also a comprehensive grammar concurrent English wala book, the green book, that is also very famous. But those are very extensively in depth for grammar. उससे बेटर है कि कोई ऑर्गेनाइज्ड मटेरियल लेके आओ दैट विल हेल्प यू प्रिपेयर फॉर ग्रामर फॉर एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स, बिकॉज ग्रामर फॉर एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स इज वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम योर नॉर्मल ग्रामर बुक्स दैट आर अवेलेबल. तो अगर आप खुद प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो आई वुड से दैट ऑनलाइन ढूंढो, या आप कोई कैट वगैरह की बुक्स में देख सकते हो अगर मिल रही है तो. Personally, we were facing the same problem of like online free resources, which is why we are providing structured coaching, jahan pe we will give all of this material in our 1 year, 2 year courses. Khanna, ma'am, how to prepare for Quants? Solving questions from Quants is such a depressing process. Jay, I have similar thoughts about some IPM courses. Solving and practicing questions is a depressing process for me also. I would just suggest that hang in there, because if you are putting in extensive effort for 2 years, फिर बाद में तुम्हारा sorted है. Like you don't need to stress too much about this later. Like you just need to push through for these 2 years, or if you're a dropper, then these 3 years, or if you're taking a two drop, then these 4 years. Although again, I would suggest that full drop mat lena. But if you hang in there and if you keep practicing, also practice strategically, like figure out what your strengths and weaknesses are and figure out their importance. So if it's very important and your strength, that is a good thing. But if it's very important and you're weak at it, then you need to start working on that first. So that way you can align your preparation. If there is any other way that you think I can help you, you can feel free to reach out to me personally. Shri Devi, but ऐसे don't say मतलब don't take इतना excess stress or burden because of this entrance exam. It's just an exam. There are many exams, many opportunities, many career paths. So always keep that in mind. Shri Devi saying 180 days of preparation is enough for IPMAT, studying 6 hours per day, covering all three segments, QA, BA, and LR. So I studied for around 150, 180 days, and I studied less than 6 hours a day. I studied, I would say, averaging to 2 घंटे per day hoga if I have to average it around all these days. But every case is different, which is I can't say objectively tell you that this much is enough. I don't know at what level you are right now and how good or bad you are. Approximately, roughly, तुम्हें at least 30 to 40 hours per डिसिप्लिन देना ही चाहिए. लाइक क्यूए के लिए 30-40 आवर्स एटलीस्ट देना चाहिए. बाकी इट्स वेरी वेरी डिपेंडेंट एंड सब्जेक्टिव. लाइक इट्स डिपेंडेंट ऑन योर करंट एप्टीट्यूड. तो हाँ. Yash Chopra, is IPM really worth it? That is a very good question. I personally think it's very worth it because I got to have a lot of good experiences here. Like I was taking part in a lot of college activities. Like right now, also I'm a part of my college fest and my entrepreneurship cell. And there are a lot of people here who are very active. It's very dependent on what you make out of it. Everyone has very different priorities. Like if your priority is to just chill, then there is place here to just chill. Or you won't be able to chill as much as like if you go to a DU college, because we do have academically rigorous courses. And if your priority is like a good profile, good placements and all, then you can start working towards that from your first term. So it's very dependent on you. I think the best part about IPM is that you get a lot of opportunities. And because you have a lot of opportunities, you can like pick and choose what works for you, because everyone is different and everyone wants different things. So I personally don't regret my IPM decision at all. And I'm not just saying this like for the video, this thing, something that I've thought about a lot. But सबका अलग case होता है. When is UniVoyage's timetable video coming? We will be releasing it very soon. If there's anything specific that you want us to include, do let us know. अरुण शर्मा LOD3 करना चाहिए आईपीएम के लिए. कुछ कुछ के लिए कर लो इज माय रिकमेंडेशन. बाकी तुम पे है. नंबर सिस्टम वगैरह के लिए कर लो. परसेंटेजेस इज समथिंग दैट इज इजी, विल फाउंड लाइक फॉर्म अ फाउंडेशन फॉर योर प्रैक्टिस फॉर अदर डिसिप्लिन्स. तो वो भी कर सकते हो. तनय So, ma'am, I don't want to purchase course of UniVoyage. Can I just purchase the books and the mock tests? So, Tanay, as of now, we are just offering the course as a package because we want to give it with the mentorship and the uh, like the hamper and the books and the entire experience. So, abhi ke liye the entire course is only available, and that is the option. We'll let you know in the future if we are planning to form segregations in the course. Okay. Nikhil is saying, Dee, are you at IIM Indore right now? If yes, please show us the campus. I'm in my room right now, so I can't really show you the campus. I can show you my room, but it's not ऐसे इतना clean नहीं है अभी. But I'll definitely do a room tour if that is something that people are interested in watching. Pranjali Dhavne, when will Ranchi results? That is only for Ranchi to know, and their admin to tell us. Priyesh Didi completed with the syllabus giving mock scoring 100 in maths but 45 in VA. What to do? So, VA का जो भी mocks दिए है, बैठो, spend a good number of time, a good number of hours analyzing कि in VA where exactly are you losing. Start preparing accordingly. If you're losing everywhere marks, then देखो कहाँ पे ज़्यादा loss of marks हो रहा है, and start with that. Like, are you losing more in reading comprehension? Are you losing more in para jumbles? Are you losing more in fill in the blanks? So एक बार वो देख लो. Daniel is saying, I'm kind of decent in my quants and kind of below average in verbal. What would you suggest? Should I take Uniprime? Do you feel it's worth 17K? So, Daniel, we you can see anywhere else if you will get physical books that reach your house. If you get online material, I mean online video lectures by top faculty. Like all our faculty are people who've taught in all these reputed institutes like Time, An Academy, and we've personally interacted with them a lot before, finalizing going ahead with them. So the online video lectures plus the live classes that we have. So we're giving you both. Like you can choose to learn on your own, or you can choose to attend our live sessions. Apart from this full-length mocks, topic tests, we also have personal handwritten notes by IPMAT toppers that you will get to see on your portal. And I feel like the best thing, according to me, is the mentorship aspect. You can never put a price to connecting with people that will prove to be influential in your life. Like I had a mentee, Uniprem is a year old now. I had a mentee last year, and she has reached out to me saying that, can you mentor me for the rest of my career? She is right now in the college that she wanted to go. So she was like, can you mentor me for like the rest of my career? And wo connection form karna, you can't really put a price to that. So, all of this is available at 17,000. We feel like it's a reasonable price because you can check anywhere else. I don't think तुम्हें ये सब कुछ इतने cost में मिलेगा. बाकी सब coachings जो amounts provide कर रहे हैं for their coaching. So, Sujal, more. Should I start reading newspaper like Mint for interviews? Read the Hindu if you want to read any newspaper, especially the editorial in the Hindu. I think that would be sufficient. Somehow, Tayal is saying, I'm currently in 2 years of DU. If I cleared, should I move? Depends on A, what college are you in DU? What do you want to do again in your life? What are your prospects? मतलब अगर, for example, तुम्हें पता है कि तुम्हारे undergrad के बाद you're going to get a placement somewhere of some, say for example, 4 lakhs a year. So your 2 years would go away, right? Of earning 4 lakhs a year. Like utna earning potential chala jayega. But as opposed to you shift and you get a much higher average placement. So you can do like a cost benefit analysis based on where you are right now, what your future prospects are right now, and what your future prospects would be. Uh, if you are in IPM IIM Indore, if you feel like you being out there in the industry for 2 years, if you feel like तुम pass out करके फिर MBA में better कर लोगे CAT के through, then you don't need to shift. Like if you have that confidence in yourself, it's also very dependent on what your belief system is. Like, do you believe in letting go of your years for your career, or if you feel like you should start earning, really get that experience, and then try for a better higher education. Keep all of that in mind and then take a decision. If you want to discuss more, we can discuss it personally. Just feel free to reach out. Sushan Dubey, I'm not able to manage 11th and IPMAT preparation. What should I do? See, आपका time कहाँ जा रहा है? Because I don't think this is a problem of time. Like everyone has time if they choose to make time. So see where you're losing out on your time. Like, are you watching a lot of series? Are you like wasting a lot of time on Instagram? See where it's going and try to manage your time better. Because in 12th it will get more hectic, and if you can't manage your time right now, it will be even more difficult for you to do that in the future. Okay, so we have Krishna Sumani, how to manage 12th boards and IPMAT preparation. I would suggest that 12th boards ka identify papers that you're good at, where you have more time on the previous day, and at least give a mock, if not anything else, or a sectional. Like, don't let go of your preparation despite the board exams. Just stay in touch with them a little bit, as and when you can. Okay, we have Pratyush asking, IIM Rohtak is worth it? Pratyush, it's very dependent on you. I know this is not the answer that you're looking for. Like, people look for uh, either a yes or a no. And I'm saying that is very dependent on you, like what you want to do and what are your other options. So अगर तुम्हारे सब options में से यही best option है, तो then go for it. Shafkat is asking, is there any other option rather than IPM to do a BBA in IIM? No. As in, you have to go to the IPM program, or you could take your undergrad degree and then go, like you could take a sabbatical, or you can leave the program. So we have Isha asking, hi Isha, should I start preparing now? I'm kind of average in quants and verbal section. Isha, you can start. Like, I don't think that there is any harm. Just make sure that you're not, like, if you are starting and dedicating your time to IPMAT prep, there isn't any other exam preparation that you're missing out on that you would want to do more eagerly. So just make sure that you're not missing out on any other option by dedicating your time to this. Okay, so we have around 22 people. पहले तो like कर लो यार, please. It's a Sunday evening, afternoon sort of a time. And we're all sitting here. It'd be nice if you can all drop a like. Also, let me know in the comment section where you are at your preparation. Like, how much percent are you done with if you are preparing for 23? How many of you are preparing for IPMAT 23? Nikhil is saying target score and schedule you should follow. Schedule ka video we'll make very very soon. As of now, I can tell you that you can do the 60-40 thing. 60% of the time for your weaker discipline and 40% of the time for your stronger discipline. That is what you can do. Sujal, how important is reading newspaper and how should I categorize news and decide which are important news or not? So reading newspaper में I would suggest that अगर पढ़ रहे हो तो हिंदू पढ़ो. It's good quality. I'm not again saying that the other things are not good quality, but हाँ, Hindu is usually helpful for CLAT also and other entrance exams जहाँ पे GK has a very good weightage. ये यहाँ पे also I would say that Tisha is asking, I couldn't make this year to IIM Indore, should I take a drop? Is it worth taking a drop for IPMAT Priyansh? So Priyansh and Tisha questions are very similar, so I'll just take them together. Drop, don't take a full drop. Like you can take a partial drop if you want, but see what your second option is. It's very dependent on your second option. If you have a good second option and if you have the chance and the confidence that you will give CAT after undergrad and shift to a better IIM, then like go ahead. And if you feel like you can even do better where you are, get some work ex and then step back for your higher education, then that also works. But just analyze your second option ek bar. See how much a drop will cost you and if you feel like the benefit of getting into IIM Indore is worth it. Full drop is something I'm not very supportive of. That's my personal opinion. You can decide on your own. I feel like it does not give you a safety net. And if at all you don't get in, then you've like that entire year has just gone to waste. So, huh. So Daniel is saying, can you give the list of colleges for you? Like, I guess you might have listed the colleges that you would go if you didn't clear IPMAT. So I had thought of doing CA if I didn't get into Indore. Uh, and my reasoning for that, I was like, if I don't get into Indore, I will try for a better IIM through CAT and everything. Which is I thought I'll do CA and CFA in my 11th and 12th. So I had chosen Narsi Monji, not NMIMS, but just NM doing BCom with CA. I got into NMIMS, but I did not choose it because I felt, I mean, I personally had a certain understanding about the ROI. So that's why I didn't choose it. And I didn't give the Rohtak exam. I got into Ashoka, so that was also another backup that I had. Ashoka University pe doing like a bachelor's and then thinking of going abroad. But my final backup was the CA CFA route. Sushan is saying, Didi, I have coaching for commerce. I'm asking, should I leave it for 12 school teachers? Are asking very boring, so coaching becomes an obligation for me and homework also kills my time. I'm in a total mess. Sushain, I would say कि coaching का figure out if it's really helping you improve your marks. If you can study on your own, save time, and perform better in your 11th and 12th, then you can choose to not go. Although I feel like most of the times what happens is कि तुम्हें organized material मिलता होगा from their end, which would hopefully improve your performance. So figure that out, how much time it's taking also, and if there is any option of you having control of your time. Like the reason why we also started this entire thing of having live recorded video lectures plus live classes is so that you can have control of your time. तो यू कैन चूज एट एनी टाइम कि वो मुझे आज इतना पोर्शन करना है, जाके वीडियो देख लूँ, समझ आ जाएगा कॉन्सेप्ट. नहीं आया तो देर इज अ लाइव क्लास ऑल्सो दैट इज गोइंग टू हैपन ऑन द वीकेंड. दैट इज, it's not like an obligation that I have to go or I have to like do tons of homework. I can do it in my own time and my own accord. So figure out if these coaching centers are going to have that option of switching to that for your 11th and 12th. Otherwise you can always talk to them candidly. टाइम का 12th में अच्छे से प्लान कर लो कि कोचिंग में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम ना खा ले. Okay. Priyansh is asking one more question. I bought Arun Sharma's book for Quants, but I'm not able to get even a single word. What should I do? Priyansh, if you are, so you would have bought this for self-study. I would say that अगर तुम्हें खुद पढ़ना है तो sit on it, thoda aram se time de do. There are solutions also in the back. You can start with the simpler topics like percentages and all. Otherwise, you can just go for an organized setting, which is like a proper mentoring coaching program like we are offering, if you can't understand on your own. So that is a choice that you will have to make, because uh, if the books are not helping you study on your own, then you will have to reach out for external help. Parth Srivastava, how can I do better at the interview if I don't have much for extracurriculars? You can check our mock interview, offline mock interview. I did it with like my very close friends actually, matlab, who were interviewing me. They, if you see that, they don't stress a lot on extracurriculars. Like it's very academic in nature. There's a lot of GK that they ask, static and current both. And in the past also, they've tried to center it more around academics. So you don't need to worry if you don't have a lot of extracurriculars. मतलब सब 12th ग्रेड में ही है, ऐसे कुछ ज्यादा तो उखाड़ नहीं लिया होगा लोगों ने इतने कम टाइम में. तो I would suggest that don't worry too much on that. If you feel like you have the time for doing extracurriculars and it doesn't affect your entrance exam score and your board exam score, then please go ahead and participate in activities that you feel would better your profile. So take that call accordingly. Okay. There are a lot of questions, but like no one told me that like at what stage are you all in your preparation. I would also like to understand how many people here are preparing for 23. Purva is saying what are Acha, Sneha is saying how are you preparing for CAT? How are you managing your third year in CAT prep? I'm preparing on my own as of now through the same Arun Sharma books that I use for IPMAT, which is why I keep recommending them for IPMAT. Those notes have also come in very handy for my prep right now. And managing time ka, I would say that A, IPM teaches you how to manage time well. B, everyone has time. You just need to learn how to thoda arrange it properly that you can, allocate times for things that are of high priority to you. Like if you feel like this is a high priority, then you should be okay with sacrificing like a social thing for XYZ. So, ha. Priyesh, D, can you help us making a profile? As we have 1 2 months, we can do some ECA. Can you list them, which will definitely help in the interview? So in the interview, they're focused on state, national, and international level things. So for state, national, international level, either you can take part in competitions like ICAI holds commerce competitions. If you are in the science stream, then you have your NTSE and other exams that are there, or your KVPI scholar. I'm personally not much aware because I'm a commerce student. I was a commerce student. So वो है. Apart from this, there are easy ways that you can get international level certifications, but make sure that they're not major, like they don't look like you didn't put in any effort. So there are clubs that are at an international level, like there's Toastmasters. Then there you would have road track clubs near you. You can participate in them. I personally was a part of a TED Ed club, and I was able to give like a TED talk that was certified by TED, and that was because I was a part of that club for an entire year. You can look for things near you that give you this opportunity कि वो international level भी है. At the same time, there is not some harsh selection criteria that will be difficult for you to get into these activities. Ayman Ali is saying class 10 में हूँ, कोई advice for IPM aspirant. I would just say class 10 में boards पे focus करो, ज़्यादा वो मत लो. You can read the newspaper, you can do word power में DC, and start little with your verbal वाला part. Quants का तुम next year से शुरू कर सकते हो. If you want, you can start preparing a little bit from now, but I would personally say that just enjoy your 10th grade and your board exams. Make sure that you get good scores over there because those marks matter. Partial dropper. Sujal is saying I'm a partial dropper who is planning to give IPMAT'23. So it will be more than a year for me not touching my 12th books during interviews. Will panel ask questions on 12th or on my first year syllabus? They might, yes. Which is why you should revise all of this before you go to the interview hall, because they do tend to ask academic questions irrespective of whether you've taken a drop or not. Mr. Instagram is, I don't know your name. The subjective question in Indore have problems on derivatives, integration on matrix. Not on, I mean, we've not seen much of integration and derivation in the past. Matrices pe hote hai questions. Matrices and determinants. Priyesh is saying, D, I have an NGO certificate from Red Society of India. Does it help? Priyesh, I feel like if you have something, you can mention it. I again would like to re-emphasize that personally, मतलब उतना extracurriculars will not make a major difference as opposed to your IPMAT score and your performance in the interview with respect to academic questions, GK related questions. So yeah, you can mention it. It will probably give like the social aspect to your profile, like you are contributing to the society and वो volunteer वाला aspect आ जाएगा. But usually वो लोग मतलब most probably academics ही ज़्यादा देखते हैं. Ayush Shukla is saying I'm in quota how to prepare along with JEE. अगर JEE में you feel like your quants is getting strong enough and covered, then you can focus on the verbal wala aspect because we have sectional cutoffs. ASDF, I can't afford coaching. Any tips for me? Maybe you can at least spend a little bit on the books and start preparing on your own. Practice as much as you can and align your preparation accordingly. So at least get the books is what I would suggest. Maybe Arun Sharma or whatever RS Agarwal जो भी तुम्हें सही लगे for your preparation. यस यू सिंह मैम, अगर मैंने फुल ड्रॉप लिया है 10th एंड 12th में 88% थे, अगर मेरा आईपी मैट का स्कोर अच्छा जाता है तो कोई एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर इंटर्नशिप ना होने से कोई इफेक्ट तो नहीं पड़ेगा. अगर योर स्कोर गोज वेल तो इन द इंटरव्यू दे माइट आस्क यू कि व्हाई डिड यू नॉट डू एनीथिंग और व्हाट वाज योर रीजन फॉर टेकिंग सेकंड ईयर ड्रॉप. तो वो अच्छे से आंसर करना होता है, मतलब दे डोंट, देयर इज नो राइट आंसर फॉर दैट एंड दे आर नॉट आस्किंग दैट फॉर यू टू penalize you. They just want to see how you perform in pressure and how you convince them. So तुम अच्छे से explain कर सकते हो whatever reason that you have prepared, which is why when these interviews happen we recommend that जितने mock interviews हो सके ले लो and prepare कर सको beforehand for certain questions that you feel they would ask. Should I also prepare for CUCAT for my backup options? Yes, you can do that. It's good backup option. One of my mentees is also doing the same thing, like in Uni Prime. So definitely can do that. Someone is saying, should I study maths of 11th and 12th if my math is weak and I'm not a math student and I'm preparing for IPMAT? Not needed. Like you can just focus on the exam portion because 11th and 12th math is slightly different from the exam portion. So don't need to worry about that. Uh, Daniel is asking, do you feel BA in management is worth it? Yeah, I do, because I personally, like as I said, there are a lot of opportunities that are available. And I feel like because of these opportunities, I was able to make a good enough profile that I can go for a certain level, maybe not like the MBA level, but even if I take a drop and if I step into the industry, I can probably get some internship or job that I would be happy with. So I don't think that there is any problem over there. If I don't get into a better IIM, I will continue in IPM. Like I absolutely don't think IPM is a bad option. IPM is a very good option if you can like study well and do well in the curriculum. So I don't have any doubts about that. It's just that वो होता है कि try करने में क्या जाता है. So that is all. Utsaha is saying, Didi, I'm from OBC category. Can I get admission if I start preparing for 2024? You can start preparing from now. Admission if you perform well, तो क्या ही कौन ही रोकने वाला है. Atharv is saying, any book recommendations for IPMAT? Atharv, I would again say that there are a lot of books in the market. See what fits your, what is suitable for you. I would suggest Arun Sharma, but उसमें थोड़ा IPMAT का रह जाता है तो वो तुम्हें ऑनलाइन देखना पड़ेगा. JEE aspirant, what should I do extra for IPMAT? Probably you can do verbal. ability, considering के वो वाला aspect तुम्हारे preparation में cover नहीं हुआ होगा. Apart from this, you can try for extracurricular things, but again, if it's hampering your GE prep and your board prep and your IPMAT prep, then it's not needed. Someone is saying, please make a video on syllabus. Noted, we will make sure that we can create such a video soon. There are 29 people. Yaar, please like kar do, ek person, just so that I feel slightly better doing this live. Then someone is saying scoring 120 to 130. Okay. Anjali was talking about her Rohtak mock. I would just say that you can do an analysis, and based on objective scores, I can't really tell you कि अच्छा था कि बुरा था performance. एक बार percentile rank वगैरह सब कुछ देख लो. Aditya Shetty is asking backup for IPMAT. So if you're going for BBA वगैरह, then I think Shahid Sukhdev is a good option. Other IPM programs are a good option. NMIMS Symbiosis are good options. Christ is a good option. See the rankings and everything. Figure out if location is a priority for you, and then वैसे you can decide your order of preference. Atharva is asking, are 7 to 8 months enough for IPMAT prep? Yeah, even 2 months are enough if you have a good level of the subjects that are being asked even before you start your preparation. But if you're an average student, I would say that around 7 to 8 months with dedicated effort of around 2 to 3 hours per day daily, then I think that should be a good enough attempt. Avni is asking nearly how many questions we need to practice to strengthen any topic in quants. Do at least 100 to 200 questions in every topic, at least. Of course, you can do more. Like we recommend much more. We ourselves are providing around 7,000 questions in our physical books alone. Apart from this, we have a lot of questions in our topic. We have around 5,000-6,000 questions in our topic-wise test that we are giving on the portal. So practicing is the key to acing this exam. So try practicing as much as you can, do at least 100 to 200 per topic. Is IPMAT similar, maths similar to JEE maths? Not really. JEE is of a much higher level, and IPMAT में काफी under 10th के भी concepts आ जाते हैं, like geometry and all. Kanan is saying, how should I start preparing? I'm not able to start. I procrastinate things. Kanan, you can just, I had the same problem, and I started by giving a mock exam. And I think that solved all my problems because I saw the mock and I was like, I know where I stand. I know how much effort I need to put. It's not impossible, but it's also very, very difficult. So I should start right now. So maybe you can start by giving a mock. Pranjali is saying the how to get over the depressing phase in the drop year. Pranjali, you can thoda sit and contemplate about why you are feeling the way you are feeling. Maybe you can journal your thoughts, try and arrange your time better, look for some extracurricular activities that make this year worthwhile for you in case IPMAT does not work out. So you have other things of focus also, because you would be having a lot of time since it's a drop year. And apart from this, you can obviously put in like consistent effort in IPMAT, but don't take too much stress on like the results and whether I'll be able to clear it or not. Because remember, it's just another exam. There are a lot of exams, a lot of career paths. Is it better to leave BTech after first year for IPMAT or should go with CAT? Mahara, depends on where you're doing the BTech from and what are your future prospects. I have people here that have left like their first year of law, their first year of BTech, their first year of like medical also to come here. But it is very subjective on where you were studying, what were your prospects. We had someone here. We have like I have someone in my batch who dropped like uh, a course from the Pilani campus, BITS ka, to come here. I think it was like an integrated course that they left to come here. So there are people that do that, but think about what you want to do. Like, do you want to do engineering and or get into management of some engineering domain, or do you want to just go for hardcore management career options? So there are questions here about second drop and partial drop. देख लो एक बार तुम्हारे कितने chances हैं. Maybe you can give last year's paper and figure out from the score. Also would suggest that second drop wala, make sure that you have some backup. Like, don't take full drops for this. Partial drop is still okay. Make sure that the partial drop is not hampering your current. I mean, in case you don't get into IIM Indore, whatever your option is not hampering that. Or Arshi, I'm a biology student, but I've always been extremely good with numbers. I started my preparation 1.5 months ago, but with science subjects, I'm not getting enough time. How do I go about it now? So, Core, what I would suggest is that you can try something like the Pomodoro technique, where you allot small periods of time instead of taking out large chunks of time to study something. Like, I personally do this. If I have like my classes that have some breaks in the middle, or if they're kind of chiller, then I try to finish extra things alongside that, so that I can, save on that time. So that is something that you can do. And apart from this, like, if you feel like you have some breaks between your classes, you feel like, there are some things that are overlapping with your current preparation and that you don't need to put in that much effort for, then you can focus your attention on things that need more effort and are actually going to improve with your consistent effort. तो वो वाला देख लो. Like, manage your time a little better. Maybe you can use productivity tools and setups like Notion or even Google Calendar, and structure your time in a better way. Aditya is saying, did anyone get scholarship for IPM program? So till last year, IPM was just offering NBFA, which is need-based financial assistance, which is just a waiver of the interest on the loan. So if you're someone who has taken a loan for IPM, they'll give you an interest ka waiver, but they're not going to uh, scratch off the entire fees. However, this year they've come up with something that if you're a part of the NBFA where you take a loan and you qualify for their certain conditions for IPM, and with that, if you top among the NBFA students, then you get like a tuition waiver. So these are a few conditions that you need to match, and because it's new, no one has gotten it yet. I think there are some people who have taken NBFA in the past, which is just a waiver of the interest on the loan. Is there any difference between Mba and Ipm placements? There is a difference between MBA students who have WorkX before, or who have a much stronger profile before than just an undergrad, with comparing to IPM students. But if there is someone from outside also who's just done an undergrad, so matlab aise, it's not like there is going to be any major difference. There is profile based difference, and that happens even inside IPM, because there are students that do a lot of other things outside of IPM that helps them build a better profile. Uh, Daniel is saying, if you get into both Rohtak and Indore, and if you are serious to get into ABC after 3 years, what would you pick? BA in management in Indore or BBA from Rohtak? I personally would, I mean, Indore hands down. But you can like take other people's opinions. Serious of getting into, there are people, my seniors also, who shifted like after 3 years in Indore to ABC वगैरह. Indore in general has a better ranking also than Rohtak. Degree का उतना, it doesn't make इतना major difference. So like as in the title, like BA versus BBA. So that shouldn't be like a major problem, but you can take other people's opinion on this as well. Roop Kumar is saying, ma'am, boards में 72 है, will it affect? I think it will make a difference through like other exams जहाँ पे weightage है वहाँ पे तो difficulty होगा बहुत to get in. In Indore where there's no direct weightage, but you have to, defend this in your interview. Like in the interview, you'll have to defend the fact that you have gotten this percentage. You have to be very smart about it if you reach that level. So that is the case. So Tanan is saying review of the course, some likes and dislikes. There are so one. I feel like the good things about IPM are that you get a lot of opportunities, a very diverse curriculum, very diverse crowd, and you get to interact with like people. You get to even interact with your seniors who are going through placements right now. तो तुम्हें पहले से पता चल जाता है कि profile building के लिए exactly what would be helpful. One of the like criticism that I personally have is that I feel like the course is very academically rigorous, and especially there are some particular courses that I feel could be made into electives so that people can choose based on their interest. If it's something that is going to interest them or it's something that is going to benefit them for their personal career path. And the thing is that we have electives from the third year, and in the third year, the electives are amazing. Like you won't. I have a course in the future term, which is power rivalries in global governance about like China. So this is something I'll not get to like study anywhere else. Or like I have a course that like a government official is going to be taking in the next term on mobile commerce and security. We also have courses in like stochastic calculus. And a lot of like we have a course called decision making under information asymmetry. So ये सब तो you will not get to study this anywhere. Like the IPM third year electives are hands down amazing, but the first 2 years we don't have electives, and I feel like in the first 2 years also if we get a chance to choose certain subjects as opposed to just कि यही पढ़ना है, I feel like that would be better. तो हाँ. Rampati that is asking, does IIM Indore has various cultural committees? Yeah, we do. We have a lot of student activities going on. I personally am involved in two this year. We have fests, we have clubs, we have committees, we have interest groups. So, like, if you are interested in music, there's a music interest group. If you are interested in drama, we have an interest group for that. And this is there for IPM. This is there for PGP also. So there are a lot of things that keep happening. Today only there are some fest selections that are going on somewhere in some auditorium. So Avni is asking, what can I do to improve my verbal part and communication skills? Avni, you can read, you can communicate more in English, read good quality material like the Hindu, like uska editorial. Apart from this, you can practice the verbal ability questions that are in itself asked in the exam. Let's say saying ऐसा हो कि vocab थोड़ा weak है, is it going to make a difference? Vocab directly तो पूछा नहीं जाता एग्जाम में, तो वैसे तो डिफरेंस नहीं क्रिएट होगा. मेजर प्रॉब्लम वुड बी इन कॉम्प्रिहेंडिंग एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग थिंग्स, एंड आई फील लाइक इफ यू प्रैक्टिस अ लॉट तो दैट इज एन ऑब्स्टिकल आल्सो दैट कैन बी डेल्ट विद. तो हाँ. Shreya is saying, how many mocks should we solve? I personally solved around 30 plus. Like I solved around 33, 35. I'm not very sure of the number. And people here in general average around 30. So please, in my suggestion, मेरा suggestion है कि at least solve 30 mocks. उसके ऊपर नीचे देख लो like if it's suitable for you to solve more, if it's suitable for you कि I'm saving on time by not solving XYZ mocks and practicing certain concepts. But roughly average, I would say that give 30 because the first 10 mocks just go in understanding like how to work with the time. Then uske baad you actually, figure out like strategies, order of attempt. तो पहले 10 मॉक तो उसमें ही चले जाते कि यू अंडरस्टैंड कि ओ इतना टाइम तो ऐसे ही चला जाता है. लाइक आई रिमेंबर द फर्स्ट 2-3 मॉक्स आई गेव एंड आई हैड सच पुअर टाइम मैनेजमेंट and over time it got better. And a mock is useless if you don't analyze it, so please sit down to analyze the mock after you are done with it. who was asking जेई में 98 परसेंटाइल है, उससे 72 कवर होगा बोर्ड्स का. मतलब देख लो, तुम स्मार्टली इंटरव्यू में बोल सकते हो एंड जस्टिफाई कर सकते हो, देन इट्स वेरी लाइक इफ द पैनल फाइंड्स इट कन्विंसिंग देन गुड फॉर यू. Athar was asking pros and cons of IPMAT. I think I said this already. Like the pros, I did. The cons also, I said that I feel like there should be more electives in the first 2 years. And also, it's very rigorous. Like I have classes 10:30 to 5:30, averaging on a daily basis. इतना कोई और कॉलेज में उतना नहीं होता है कि इतना चंक ऑफ टाइम ब्लॉक हो जाता है क्लासेस में. But it's okay. I don't think it's a big con because the professors are really good, the curriculum is really good, and what they're teaching is also worthwhile. So you don't mind sitting for those many hours and listening to whatever is being taught. There is someone default gaming who is saying that I got in this year. And do you have some tips for me as a fresher at IIM Indore this year? There is so much advice to give to like a fresher. You can reach out to me personally on a general this thing. I would just say that anyone who's starting off with college, keep in mind what your priorities are, like what you want out of college. Start pursuing that. Make room for like experimentation mistakes. If you're not sure about तुम्हें कौन सा specialization लेना है, so keep some time, like to try out an internship in a particular discipline. If you don't like it, try out an internship elsewhere. Keep an open mind. Try to talk to as many people as you can, because if you talk to more people, you will figure out that these are my people. These are probably not my people, but you can interact with more and more people. You get to learn from your peers. So, IPM specific, there is a lot to say, like because in IPM you will have a lot of doubts कि कौन सा POR लेना है, या what courses, how do I exactly prepare for this, so and so. So that is not something that I think is very relevant to the rest of the audience. Someone is saying, Didi, everyone says that you can get into IIM with lower CATs, but I've seen no examples. So please make a video with students who got an IIM Indore. We can do that, but I can tell you that there are examples. And I'm not saying this like Have say. There are people in my batch who have gotten lesser ACATs, but they are still here. By lesser ACATs, I mean not like your 95 plus, because here a lot of people have like 95 plus. So I'm saying कि early 90s, late 80s is what I mean by like lesser ACATs. तो वैसे काफी लोग हैं. There will be 1-2 cases also जो 70s में जाएंगे, but वो बहुत rare है. Which is why when someone mentioned the 72 thing, I said that you'll have to really like defend it and try to compensate for it with everything else. Which books to read in non-fiction area? Non-fiction area, Ram, you can read books in the areas of like psychology. You can read books in the area of economics. You can read history and geography. Matlab, if you're asking from the point of view of preparing for the exam का reading comprehension, तो उसमें ये सब disciplines आते हैं usually. So that way you can pick up 1-2 books from each area and start reading them so that you get comfortable with them for you to tackle the RC that is in the paper. Although this is something that like people who are preparing for CAT do, because in CAT the RC level is much higher. In IPMAT उतना वो नहीं है, like you can solve it even without reading particular discipline के non-fiction books. And in general, if you want book reading suggestions, then there are a lot of cool books to read. I personally am a big fan of Peter Thiel ke books because like they're around entrepreneurship. And you'll find Abhijit Banerjee and Esther. I can't pronounce her surname, but uske also economic books are really good. तो वो भी तुम पढ़ सकते हो. IFT Kakinada curriculum and infrastructure. I think infra का I'm not sure कितना ready है या नहीं है, which is why I don't I mean, I don't have enough knowledge to comment on it. Plus, I don't think उतना वो हुआ है, like complete हुआ है उसका construction वगैरह. Curriculum wise, it's good. Like I don't see any particular problem in the curriculum, but there are a lot of things like वो भी देखो कि management कैसी है, the people that are going to pioneer this program, what is the quality of the students that are getting in. And you can maybe talk to like people, alumni and people in other programs to understand more about the college and its functioning. So I'm from Nagpur, Kanan is saying, and I don't know a single person who's an IIM for IPM. And in general, where are maximum students from? Mumbai, Delhi, I mean big metros. No, it's very divided. There are more, like you will say there are 5-6 people from a particular city, if it's Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. But ऐसे उतना वो नहीं है कि छोटे जगह से नहीं होगा. मेरे बैच में there's someone from Nagpur, मेरे senior बैच में there's someone from Nagpur. तो you'll find people. I think you just need to search thoda hard enough. Okay, Utsa, and this is like the last question that I am going to take. Utsa is asking, Didi, I have 80% in West 5 CBSE boards. For IPM Indore, form has set to put aggregate percentage. My percentage is going to be 76. Can I tell this to panel members? I would not suggest talking a lot about this. If they bring it up, then try to like cover for it and then move on to a different topic, because I'll be honest with you, 80% is also not a very good score compared to the other pool of applicants that is going to be there, which is why it would be best कि तुम ज़्यादा उस पे linger मत करो. If they're asking questions, then definitely like answer and don't be dishonest. But you can probably focus on other spikes that you have in your profile. Uh, Okay, so about the questions, how did you manage 12th and IPMAT? There is a video where I talk about that. And if you want, I can make one more. So that is something that I just feel like good time management should solve that problem. Other questions about how do you manage internships side mein, is IIM Indore supportive of businesses? So supportive as in वो लोग actually they don't ever stop you from doing anything. You have to personally take out time to do whatever that is that you want outside. Internships, a lot of people in the batch are doing. I work for the entrepreneurship cell. We bring internships for the students. So I that is something that I personally support a lot. We've gotten people in IPM that are interning for UniVoyage also. So internships to ho jati hai, manage on the side. You just need good time management skills, and it'll help you for your resume and your profile also. So that should not be a problem. Baki, okay, I think we will end this live now. Thank you so much for joining in. If there are any other questions, I will be doing this more often now. If you have any video suggestions, please like put them in the comments, because I will make videos on whatever you want, but just let us know what is it that you're interested in watching. एक मैंने नोट किया syllabus, another is the timetable. We'll consider your suggestions for other things. If there are any other doubts, like Sarthak, you are asking a doubt again and again, if you have that, you can just reach out to me personally. We can have a chat on whatever doubt that you have. तो वो हम डिस्कस कर लेंगे. ठीक है, cool, thank you so much. And